Wayzata will get the dunk at the buzzer. For the 8th time in school history, a Maple Girls softball team is going to state.
Hello and welcome to Sports Jam for the week of October 28th.
This week on the show, highlights from state soccer and tennis, plus section volleyball and cross country.
In our Sports Jam spotlight, we'll meet a Maple Grove girls tennis player who is one of the best in the state. Let's start with the section football playoffs. The Wayzata Trojans finished the regular season 8-0, the lone unbeaten team in Class 6A. The Trojans began what they hoped to be a long playoff run at home against winless Egan. First play from scrimmage, and Thomas Schmidt with a play-action pass throws to Christian Vassar. He breaks one tackle at the Egan 25-yard line, and he's gone. It's a 56-yard scoring play, and the Trojans lead 7-0. On the ensuing kickoff, Egan return man stripped of the football by Anthony Eucopia. Daniel Sandahl jumps on it for the recovery, and it's Wayzata's ball again. On the next play from scrimmage, Vassar takes the handoff, and he works his way 11 yards into the end zone for a touchdown. And the Trojans lead 14-0, 40 seconds into the game. Next series for Wayzata, and Schmidt goes back to the air, hitting Luke Bodine on an 8-yard touchdown pass. Wayzata leads 28-0 after one quarter. The Wayzata defense overwhelms Egan. The Trojans' LaShaka Rokes and Luke Deslich combine on the quarterback sack here. Second quarter, Julian Dietrich gets the carry. He runs it in for an 8-yard score. Wayzata leads 35-0 at halftime. They win at 35-7. The Trojans host Eastridge on Friday.
Maple Grove went 4-4 in the regular season. They were matched up with a Minnetonka squad that was pretty competitive against a tough schedule, but didn't have any wins to show for it during the regular season. Down 3-0 in the second quarter, Maple Grove's Nate Elms connects with tight end Jacob Engel on a 22-yard gainer to the skipper's 16-yard line. And it sets up a keeper for Elms as he follows his line in for an easy touchdown. Maple Grove leads 6-3 at the half in a defensive battle with Tonka. Same score early in the fourth, and Anthony Gibson gets to the edge to score easily. Mostly a defensive star this year, Gibson rushes for over 100 yards, and it's 13-3. 10 seconds later, a huge play for the Crimson as Micah Vahey intercepts the deflected pass over the middle, and watch his eventful return. He almost goes down a couple of times and winds up just short of the goal line inside the one. That sets up another Gibson TD as Maple Grove dominates the fourth quarter to pull away for a 26-3 win. They meet Lakeville South on Friday.
Tina Grace had a nice bounce-back season after a losing 2018 campaign. The Eagles looked to take care of business when they hosted Forest Lake in the first round of the 6A playoffs. First quarter, and the Eagles' Patrick Dorn takes the handoff, runs it in from a yard out, and Grace leads 7-0. The Eagles' defense comes to play this night. Nick Hand and Dorn wrap up Rangers running back Troy Plesky for a loss. Second quarter, Dorn gets the call again. 3-yard touchdown here, and the Eagles are up 14-3 at halftime. And they really open up their lead in the third quarter. Krzysztof Kolakowski throws to Sam Quick, who comes up with a great catch despite being double-teamed. It's a touchdown, and it's 20-3. Still in the third quarter, the toss goes to Hunter Carlson, and the sophomore takes this one the distance. It's a 57-yard touchdown run to give the Eagles a 27-3 lead. They go on to win 41-9. Grace hosts Shakopee on Friday night.
It was good timing for Armstrong to move from 6A to Class 5A. The Falcons had an unbeaten regular season and entered the playoffs ranked second in the state. They hosted Monticello in the Section 6 5A semifinal Saturday. Armstrong gets on the board first as quarterback Jake Breitbach fakes the handoff and takes it himself for a 25-yard touchdown. The Falcons lead at 7-0 after one. Tied at 7-7 in the second when Breitbach on play action finds Nick Barrett open for the touchdown. Armstrong takes a 14-7 lead into the halftime break. Third quarter, Sean O'Driscoll takes the handoff and goes up the middle to score. Armstrong appears to be in control, leading 21-7. Then Monticello battles back. Alex Opatz to Sam Valor, and he makes a spin move past two defenders. Then for good measure, another spin move gets him to the end zone on an impressive play. It's 21-14. In the fourth, Breitbach throws a quick pass to Barrett, and he gets down the sideline to score. Armstrong wins 28-14. They face Elk River for the Section 6 title Friday at St. Michael, Albertville. In Section 5, 5A, Cooper is the number 2 seed. The Hawks look to advance to the section final as they hosted Minneapolis Southwest in the semis. Sherrod Russell takes the handoff and gets in for a touchdown late in the first half. Cooper's up 21-0 over the Lakers at the half. But Southwest rallies. Quarterback Mac Nall follows some good blocks and gets in for the score to pull Southwest within 21-7. 4 minutes later, Nick Flaskamp takes the handoff on the reverse and runs hard, getting tackled inside the 1. It sets up a TD and Southwest within 21-13. They have some chances, but Cooper's defense doesn't allow any more. Flaskamp trying to escape here, but he's wrestled down by Malik Wilson as Cooper wins 21-13. They are at Spring Lake Park in the section final on Friday.
James, a great weekend for a lot of local teams. In addition to those games, Breck, Benilde St. Margaret's, and Providence Academy, all 3 of those teams won, and they'll play in section finals on Friday.
Yeah, a lot of good games coming up, and definitely been a good season for football overall in the area, and it's showing up again in the playoffs here.
Now to section volleyball. Champlin Park is the number 3 seed this fall in section 5 3A. The Rebels will need to beat 2 higher seeded teams this week to advance to state for a 6th straight season. Coach John Yunker and the Rebels open the playoffs at home against Rogers. First set, the Rebels' Sammy Hilly sets up Hannah Prasky for the big swing and kill, and an 11-4 Champlin Park lead. On set point, the pass goes from Megan Panzer to Melina Backwages to Hilly, who unloads for the kill. That ends the set. The Rebels win 25-16. Rogers plays much better in the second set. Anya Schmidt with a back set, Alexandra Johnson with a kill. The Royals win 25-22, tying the match at 1. But in the end, the Rebels were all smiles. Jordan Stalpas floats the ball over for a point. Rebels take this match in 4 sets. They'll face St. Michael Albertville in the section semifinals Tuesday night at Wayzata High School.
Osseo received the 4th seed in Maple Grove, number 5 for the Section 5 tourney. That matched the 2 rivals up in the quarterfinal round at Osseo. Eliana Teckham sets the ball to Allie Hinsey, and she hammers it for a kill and an early Osseo lead in the opening set. Off a Maple Grove serve, the ball comes to Teckham, who dumps it over for a point. The Orioles take the first set 25-16. The second set is closer. Skylar Gray goes to Elise Rossing for the attack and kill. The Crimson pulled it within a point at 9-8. But the Orioles maintain the lead. Hinsey delivers an ace serve late in the set. Osseo wins 25-20 to go up 2-0. Third set, and Osseo gets the sweep. The pass goes to Kennedy Nelson. She sets Lindy Odry for the kill. Osseo wins in 3. They face the top seed in the section, Wayzata, in the semifinals Tuesday at Wayzata. In section 6 3A, it was a great quarterfinal round battle between number 6 seed Armstrong and 3 seed Benilde St. Margaret's. This match on the Red Knights' home court. Set 1, Riley Fry and Kaya Durant run the slide. Durant rips it in for a kill for a 23-19 Armstrong lead. Benilde wins 27-25 though. Sarah Luong delivers on game point. Set 2, Fry with the back set for Sophie Vogel, and she puts it down for the Falcons. Then on set point, Sophia Deschler gets the ace serve, and Armstrong ties it up at a set apiece. To the third set, Libby Madla puts a hit just inside the back line here for Armstrong. And then it's Durant with another big kill. The Falcons win the set 25-14. Set 4 is a great battle. Long gets the kill here for Benilde. Rachel Eukstad's kill eventually gets down as Armstrong gets match point at 24-23. But the Red Knights come back. Alexis Brixias gets the kill. Benilde wins the set 26-24. In the 5th, Benilde is up, but Eukstad gets the block for Armstrong, cutting the lead to 13-12. But the Red Knights pull out the win. Josie King's attack is off the blocker and down for a 15-12 win. Benilde meets St. Louis Park in the semifinals. Hopkins plays top seed Jefferson in the other semifinal. And Jensen, exciting matches there, and it only gets better and better as you go.
Yeah, heartbreak for Armstrong. Almost winning there in the fourth set, and then Benilde comes back and win. We're going to have some great volleyball action this week, I have a feeling. Straight ahead on Sports Jam. Action from state soccer and girls tennis, plus section cross-country highlights.
Welcome back to Sports Jam. A local girls soccer team will play for a state championship this week.
That's right. Maple Grove and Champlin Park matched up in the Class AA semifinals. Monday morning soccer at U.S. Bank Stadium for the Crimson and Rebels, who tied during the regular season. Race to the ball in the first half, and a scoring chance for Maple Grove, but Emma Fournier's shot stopped by Malia Brady. Great stop by the Rebels goalie. It keeps the match scoreless at halftime. Second half, off the long free kick by Hannah Zahn. Brady gets her hands on the ball but can't control it. Jordan Pauly there to hammer home the rebound, and the Crimson are on the board. And it doesn't take long for Maple Grove to score again. 3 minutes later, Pauly's shot deflects to Brady. Ball comes free, and Kelly Klons knocks it into the Champlin Park net. The junior would add one more goal to make the final 3-0. The Crimson are on to the state Class AA final against Centennial, while the Rebels suffer their first loss of the season.
From the start of the year, we just took a one game at a time approach, and kind of that was our goal every game, to go out there and work hard and try to find success. Today we just ended up on the wrong side of the goals.
This is something that we've been working for quite a while. It's a fantastic group of girls that really made an effort to come together as a collective team, and that's one of the things we feel, where it's not any one person kind of in charge of making things happen, but different people step up on different nights, and it's a great group of girls, so super excited to be back in this spot.
It's not uncommon for us to take a while to score, so I don't think any of us were that nervous, because that's kind of how most of our games usually end up going. But then when the time comes to finish it, we usually do our job on that.
Now, to get to that semifinal, Champlin Park needed to get past Stillwater. A windy night in North St. Paul last week for the Rebels and the Ponies in the AA quarterfinals. No score into the second half when Sophia Stebele chips a shot in to give her team a 1-0 lead with just under 14 minutes to play. But just 14 seconds later, the Rebels answer. Izzy Quick with a through ball on the mark to Paige Kala, and she scores, tying the match at 1. There's no more scoring in regulation or overtime, and the teams go to a shootout. Tied 1-1 in the shootout, Champlin Park's Grace Marshallek steps up and drills a shot into the Stillwater net, and they're ahead 2-1. Then tied 4-4, Champlin Park with a chance to win it. Lindsey Carlson delivers the match-winning goal. Rebels beat Stillwater 2-1 for their first ever state tournament win.
Maple Grove, meanwhile, faced Minnetonka in their quarterfinal match. Maple Grove goalkeeper Sarah Cortez doesn't face a lot of shots, but stops everything she sees, including this one, and it's a scoreless first half. Second half, and a great crossing pass for Maple Grove. Emma Fournier to Jordan Pauly, and she heads it in for a great goal. The Crimson lead 1-0 with 29 minutes left. With 8 minutes to play, Maple Grove's Kelly Klons gets undercut by the Tonka defender in the penalty area. A foul is called, and the Crimson are awarded a penalty kick. And senior Abby Schulte delivers for her 8th goal of the season to make it 2-0 Maple Grove. That's the final score as Maple Grove gets revenge on Minnetonka for knocking the Crimson out of the tournament a year ago. The Maple Grove boys soccer team qualified for the 7th state tournament trip in program history. They were matched up against the top-seeded team in Class AA. The Crimson meeting Edina at St. Cloud State. Maple Grove gets one great chance in the first half, but the header by Andy Hicks is off the goalpost, and this game is scoreless at halftime. Edina strikes on a very long free kick in the second half that takes a high bounce. All-Metro pick Will Swanda heads it in. And the Hornets break the deadlock with about 25 minutes to go. 9 minutes later, off another free kick, the ball hits traffic in front, and Valentin Correleo is there to bury the rebound. The Hornets take a 2-0 lead. They add 2 more to pull away for a 4-0 win. Now to cross country. Spots in this Saturday's state meet were on the line at section competition for local runners. The girls up first at the Section 5AA meet in Anoka. St. Michael Albertville's Allie Weimer wins in a time of 17:49.30. The Knights take the top 3 spots and win the team title. Lindsay Young of Maple Grove is 5th, and Lex Davis of Osseo is 6th. Emily Meyer of Ticino Grace is 8th, and Jules Davis of Osseo 9th to also advance. Maple Grove is 3rd as a team. Then it's the boys' turn. Moundsview dominates this one. Finn Sokolowski races to the win in 15:41.80. 7 seconds back is his teammate Alec Nelson, with Will Sakay of the Mustangs in 3rd. In orange, Osseo's McKinnon McCorrow is 4th. Connor Preston of Champlain Park behind him in 5th, and Charlie Cavan of Maple Grove is 6th. Cavan helps the Crimson finish 2nd to advance to state.
You know, it's unbelievable, man. I've been waiting for this for a long, long time, and to actually be able to do it is it's an amazing feeling, and I'm so excited for next Saturday.
The Section 6AA meet also featured one local team and several individuals from schools in the CCX viewing area qualifying for state. Gail Woods once again the site for the 6AA meet. Wayzata freshman Abby Nakanecki follows up her late conference title by winning the section title in a time of 18 minutes, 0.5 seconds. Hopkins 7th grader Sydney Drebelo is the runner-up in a time of 18:23. Grace Weber, another Trojans freshman, takes 7th place as Wayzata is 2nd as a team to qualify for state, persevering through a season plagued by injury and illness. And the boys pound the trail next. And it's Wayzata senior Shoaib Hussein winning with a time of 15 minutes, 53.3 seconds. Hopkins Leo Goodman is 6th. His teammate Ben Haberman takes 8th place. They will both run at state, but no local boys teams qualified. We talked to Wayzata's Hussein and Weber about this week's upcoming state meet.
We're bringing a lot of younger runners in that are really stepping up, and I think it's made us stronger as a team when all this has happened.
I've been wanting to go to the state championships ever since I joined the team back in 8th grade, and yeah, it's a big accomplishment for me.
The Heritage Christian Academy boys and the Providence Academy girls also qualified for the Class A meet by each finishing as runners-up in their section.
Edina and Blake won state team titles at the girls tennis tournament last week. Wayzata was the local team entrant in Class AA. After losing 7-0 to Edina, the Trojans met Elk River in consolation play. Number 4 singles, Elk River's Ava Nelson with a nice volley, but Ondine Scrimger floats a perfect lob for the point. Nelson wins the match though. 3 singles, Greta Holmes in the far court for Wayzata. She steps up on the short ball and rips a winner. Later, Holmes is behind the baseline but still strokes a forehand winner on her way to a 6-3, 6-3 victory. At 2 singles, Wayzata's Emma Hawkinson comes to the net and punches a backhand volley, then an overhead smash winner. In the number 1 doubles match, Wayzata's Emily Mendel receiving serve. She rips a winner down the line here. Later, Elise Koltanowski's serve sets up a volley winner for Mendel. They lose the match though as Elk River sweeps the doubles. At 1 singles, a good rally between Wayzata's Miriam Stamen and Elk River's Paige Anderson ends with a forehand winner by Stamen. Stamen wins her match, but it's Elk River winning overall 4-3. Singles and doubles competition took center stage after the team tournament. Maple Grove Zoe Adkins receiving serve in the Class AA quarterfinals against Nicole Ridenour of Roseville. Adkins exchanges backhands with Ridenour, then fires a forehand. Ridenour's shot will go off the net, but great touch on the backhand drop shot by Adkins here to win the point. Ridenour does win the first set though. Adkins serving, and then she delivers a forehand winner. Ridenour has to bow out with an injury in the 3rd set as Adkins wins. She did lose in the semifinals and take 3rd place, or in the 3rd place match, as she placed 4th.
And congratulations to all the local players who competed at the state tournament.
Yeah, another good tournament. Next in our Sports Jam Spotlight, we do meet Zoe Adkins of Maple Grove. Stay with us. The state girls tennis tournament wrapped up Friday with singles and doubles finals in both classes. In this week's Sports Jam Spotlight, we meet a Maple Grove standout who has grown up with the sport. She's just completed a great sophomore season. At Maple Grove, Zoe Adkins is a veteran tennis player after starting young.
I was about 4 years old. That's when I really started to play, and I mostly got inspired by my older brothers. That's actually why I started playing. So it's amazing because I don't know, I could see like how they played and just how they acted on court, and that really helped me to decide how I wanted to play and why I wanted to play, you know. And it just sort of clicked, and it was mostly because of them, honestly, because I don't think I would have found the sport if it wasn't for them.
Zoe doesn't claim she was a great player from the start, but one thing she always had is the ability to move well on the court.
Obviously, my strokes, it's not like I'm not going to have perfect strokes, but I had pretty good, I think I had pretty good footwork. My feet were really natural. I was kind of a natural mover, and I think that really helped me, you know. It helped me just like realize that, you know, like I could be good at this, you know.
While footwork and shot making are important, a lot of tennis is mental. Like all players, Adkins has times of frustration, but she's learned how to manage it pretty well during matches.
I've had some really negative times, and you just learn from it, you know. You just learn how to, you know, manage that and just realize, like, you're not going to win every match. So you just have to try to just play your hardest and not get too frustrated about losing points, because, you know, it's going to happen. So
Zoe just finished playing in her 4th straight state tournament, a streak that started in her first varsity season as a 7th grader. Though she's still not the biggest player around, her game has grown as she's gotten bigger and older.
I've gotten way more comfortable, you know, stepping in, being able to play more offense. When I was smaller, it was a little bit tougher just because, you know, I couldn't get enough, like, on the ball sometimes, and I usually had to step back just because of, like, you know, just trying to get the ball, you know. But I'm able to step in now more and take balls earlier, and I think that really helps my game because it helps it, you know, evolve, and I've been able to find more shots.
Zoe has really stepped up her traveling for national tennis competition and plays pretty much year-round. It can be tiring, but she's not experienced burnout.
This summer I played a ton of national tournaments, and it didn't burn me out, but, you know, it was a lot. It was way more than, you know, I was used to. So it was a grind to do those, but it was really fun, so it wasn't really like I got sick of it ever.
Competing for Maple Grove is a small part of her overall schedule, but for Zoe Adkins, it is something that stands out.
I think high school tennis is just really fun. It's like a different feel, you know, and it's like really nice to just be able to, you know, play. I mean, there's a reason, you know, I'm playing. So yeah, I just think it's really fun to just be with your team and being able to, like, you know, have that support and being able to support them as well. Because, I mean, it doesn't matter how good you are, you know, you have to be there for your team, and I think that teaches you a lot of stuff. You know, just being able to be a good teammate no matter what.
Zoe says her winter tennis schedule will start up soon, and she'll be traveling for national competition quite a bit. Her brothers Zach and Charlie played at Augustana in South Dakota. Sports Jam returns in a moment.
Don't forget to vote for our CCX Sports Play of the Week, sponsored by Chick-fil-A of Maple Grove. Each week, 4 plays are selected for you, our viewers, to vote on. Just go to our website at ccxmedia.org, go to the Sports tab, and then the CCX Sports Play of the Week to cast your vote. The 4 new plays are up now. And here's last week's winner. It's a goal scored by Benilde St. Margaret's girls soccer player, Sydney Dries. Sydney's goal came in the Red Knights section final loss to the Blake School. Congratulations to Sydney, and thanks to all of you who voted. Our next winner will be announced in the November 4th edition of Sports Jam. We'll be right back.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood? Or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. You can learn about the latest news through our truly local newscast. We cover and air around 150 high school sporting events every year. For our cities, we air parades and city meetings that you can watch whenever you want. Then, any citizen of our cities can create and share their own original content. We'll even teach you how to use the equipment too. We have always provided you with a connected community experience, and as life gets busier than ever, we will continue to engage, inform, and inspire through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
Our game of the week is the Section 5 3A volleyball final. The Wayzata Osseo semifinal winner meets the winner of the Champlain Park STMA semi. The final is Thursday night. You can watch tape-delayed same-night coverage on CCX at 10 o'clock that night, or see it Friday at 7. And that's all for this week's show.
Thanks so much for watching Sports Jam here on CCX.